a lot. Cheers. See ya.
Mark, at the post?
Yeah.
Aren't your results due today?
Yeah, must have been delayed or something.
Your breakfast ready? Is Rachel up?
I haven't seen her.
Better give her a shout, she'll be late for work.
She's not off to work today. She's going to the funeral.
I've been thinking, I ought to go, you know.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
I was responsible, Annie. I should go.
That's precisely why you shouldn't go. It wouldn't be fair to Bill Whiteley.
I've got to face him sometime.
Yes, but not now. Not today. This is his time, not yours. Funerals are for saying farewell to loved ones, not for facing up to responsibilities.
Somebody ought to go from Emmerdale, though. Show Mark a respect.
You go, Joe. Represent the family. Show we're not afraid to hold our heads up in the village.
Oh, it's nice to be home.
Hi, you're back.
Hi, Dolly.
Great.
Hi, Dolly. We just thought we'd make some breakfast here. We've got nothing upstairs.
Did you have a good time?
Oh, it's fabulous. Look, we bought this for you.
Oh, thank you.
I know it's your favourite
Yes, it
one.
is.
Look, is Dad about?
In the sitting room, I think.
Right.
Have you, seen anyone else yet?
Oh, no, I thought I'd go to Emmerdale when I've had something to eat.
So you won't have heard.
Heard what?
It's Pete Whiteley's funeral this morning.
So I was wondering what you could tell me about Peter Whiteley.
Too many things. That lad were nought but trouble.
No, then, Amos. Pete weren't a bad lad.
It's very difficult for me, you see. I don't know anything about the local community, but I'd like to do my best for Mr. Whiteley. Make it as personal as possible. I did go round to see him, but he was so choked up he couldn't say much.
Yeah, Pete was very fond of his grandfather. Very good to him and all. His wife's expecting a baby any minute now. Well, I expect Bill told you that.
So he was a good family man?
Oh, yes. Lovely couple, him and Lynn. Terrible tragedy.
I don't know what he were doing gallivanting around up here when his baby's about to be born. He should have stayed with Lynn like a proper husband.
Amos, the dead lying piece.
I'm just going to feed the geese, then I'm off to the Woolpack. They're doing the funeral tea there. I promised Henry I'd help set it up.
You ought to take things easy, you know, Sarah. You're going to make yourself ill.
I'm hardly doing anything. Look at Kate. She's really busting her gut at the moment.
That's almost a penance, though. She just wants to make it up to everyone, keep things off her mind. You don't need to compete with her.
I'm not competing. Honestly, Jack, you've spent months nagging me to get involved in the farm, even before I lost my job at the library. Now you don't seem to want me. What do I have to do to please you?
I just think you should take things easier, love. You need to build your strength up gradually.
I'm quite capable of judging my own capabilities, thank you.
Sarah!
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go. But it's because of me that Pete and Lynn moved away last year. And it's because of me that Pete got killed.
Now, don't start that again. I know you were, well, fond of the lad, but he brought it on himself. He was the one that was married with a baby on the way. He shouldn't have been playing around.
I don't suppose Bill Whiteley sees it that way, though. Oh, I'd just like to say goodbye properly.
So you can, quietly on your own. What's important are your thoughts, not the place.
We're ready now, Mr. Whiteley. Gather round, please. We commit his body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And we beseech thine infinite goodness to give us grace to live in thy fear and love, and to die in thy favour. that when the judgment shall come which thou hast committed to thy well-beloved Son, both this our brother and we may be found acceptable in thy sight. Grant this, O merciful Father, for the sake of Jesus Christ, our only Saviour, Mediator, and Advocate. Amen.
Just like to offer you our condolences. If there's anything we can do.
You've done enough. You and your missus. There's no I want from you. Thank you very much, Reverend Charlton. A lovely service.
Bill, I've only just heard. I've been away on holiday. I'm so sorry.
I'm glad you could make it, Kathy. Our Pete would have appreciated this.
Where's Lynn? I thought she'd have been here.
She went into hospital last night. Started labour at midnight.
You got a minute, Ma?
Of course, Jack.
I wondered if you could find time to have a word with Sarah.
And what's up?
Well, she's working too hard. I'm worried about her. I mean, since she started helping out on the farm, she seems... well, I don't know, to want to prove something.
Are you two getting on all right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just that she won't listen to me when I tell her to slow down. She flies off the handle whenever I say anything. Only the other day, Kate found her in tears.
Perhaps you're saying it the wrong way, Jack.
Well, I did tease her a bit at first.
Oh, yes. Your usual tactful self, were you?
I suppose I was a bit heavy-handed.
And now you want me to pick up the pieces. All right, Jack. I'll have a word.
Thanks, Ma. Don't know what we'd do without you.
Well, if you all started behaving like responsible human beings, it might be a start.
Yes, Dalston. It's in East London. I help run a youth club there. That's how I got involved in the church, really. The priest who ran the group was, well, inspirational. A wonderful man. If I'm honest, I suppose I was hoping to be sent somewhere in London. It's what I know. But you've all been so kind, and it's beautiful. I never realized how beautiful the Dales area is.
Well, if you feel like exploring them, I'll be very happy to show you.
Sounds great. And please, call me Tony.
Very nice funeral, Bill. Didn't do too badly, considering.
Aye, that coffin looked lovely. Should do very well in that, should our Pete. Last him a lifetime.
Have a word, Bill.
No, go on, actually spit it out.
I'm thinking, you know, now that Pete's gone and, well, I'm homeless, really. Is there any chance I could come and live with you?
You're very nervous, ain't you, Arch? You ain't even settled in his grave yet.
No, just thinking you might like a bit of company or something.
Ah, why not, lad? Be nice to have a young and around place.
Oh, cheers.
Bill?
Thank you.
Bill! The hospital's just been on the phone. Lynn's given birth. A baby boy, 8 pounds, 6 ounces. And they're both fine.
Hello? Can I help you?
Oh.
I was looking for Nick. Is it Mrs. Tate?
Yes, and you are?
Caroline Bates. I'm Nick and Kathy's mother.
Oh, nice to meet you at last.
Hello.
Please, come in. Have some coffee.
Oh, that would be very nice. Thanks, Mrs. Tate.
Kim, please.
I want to get round and meet the congregation as soon as possible. My only problem is where to start.
Well, I think the first person you should meet is Annie Sugden, up at Emmerdale. She's been a church warden, 15 years now.
At Mrs. Sugden. Donald Hinton told me to make sure to make her acquaintance as soon as possible.
Vicar, when did you see him?
Oh, I stopped by to see him on my way up here. I felt I needed all the help and advice I could get. He was very kind.
You'll have a job taking over from him. He was a very good vicar. We all miss him.
I'm sure I'll never match up to his high standards, Mr. Wills. As your new curate, I have a lot to learn. Still, I'll do my best. Sugden. Isn't that the name of the
That's
woman?
right, Mr. Charlton. She's Kate Sugden's mother-in-law, Joe Sugden's mother.
It must be very difficult living in a small community, everybody knowing each other.
Annie Sugden is a tower of strength. You get on with her, you'll be set.
I think you like Christopher.
He's a nice boy. I'm very much in love with Kathy.
Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Well, why don't you come to dinner tonight? You can meet the whole family, if that's not too overwhelming all in one go.
Well, thanks, Kim, but I was hoping to go and meet Elsa and Mrs. Feldman this evening.
Kim, yeah. Caroline, I didn't know you were here.
Hello,
How lovely to see you.
And you. Caroline's come down to meet Christopher and Elsa. I've invited her to dinner tonight. You can cope with that, all right, can't you?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, as long as I get away on time. I'm meeting Alan Turner for a drink.
Look, really, I don't want to be...
Nonsense. Now, where are you staying?
I'm at the Daleview guest house.
But that's miles away. I've got a much better idea. Why don't you stay here? We've got plenty of room, and we'd love to have you.
Oh, well, it's very kind of you, Kim.
Good, that's settled then. Now, have you got transport?
No, but...
Right, well, we'll go and pick your bags up, then I'll take you over to the Fellmans, then I'll come back for you later, bring you back here for dinner.
But really, I'm quite comfortable.
I wouldn't hear of it. Frank's dying to meet you. We're both very fond of Kathy.
Well, if you're sure.
Absolutely. Welcome to the Tate family, Caroline.
Oh, thanks, Kim.
You're looking a bit miserable, love. What's up?
Suppose you better see these.
Ah, I thought you were looking a bit shifty. They're not very good, are they?
I got a B for art.
Yeah, and 3 Ds.
Only GCSEs. Do better at A-level.
Look, love, you're a clever lad if you want to be. Just don't throw away the chance just because you can't be bothered.
Yeah, all right, Mum.
All right, I won't say any more about it, but just promise me you'll take it more seriously, okay?
Okay. Do you think they'll arrest you?
They'll charge me, and I'll have to stand trial, yeah.
Will you go to prison?
I don't know.
Joe doesn't seem to think you will.
Well, I don't expect I will, but whatever happens, it's not going to be easy.
Are you scared?
Yeah, I am. But if I've got you and Joe and Rachel with me, it'll be all right.
Annie, can I come in?
Yes, of course.
Well, I won't beat about the bush. Jack asked me to have a word.
Oh, I see.
He's worried about you.
So he went straight to you.
Well, if you tell me to go, I'll go. I don't want to come between you two.
Oh, maybe Jack should have thought of that himself.
Well, maybe he should. But he asked me, and I said I would.
All right, Annie. What did he want you to say?
Well, it's not just Jack. Kate said she found you in tears the other day.
I was just a bit tired. It wasn't serious.
You're working too hard, Sarah. There's no point if you're making yourself ill.
I'm a grown woman. I can look after myself.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Ever since I came here, I've heard nothing but, why not help out, Sarah? Why not do a bit of farming, Sarah? We can always use an extra hand, Sarah. Now it's, slow down, Sarah. Take it easy, Sarah. I wish you'd all make your minds up.
Oh, we have. At least I have. I'm really pleased to see you on the farm. I've wanted nothing better. But not if it makes you ill, because you're doing too much. I'd rather see you working on the farm for years than for a couple of weeks and finding it too much. So I've said my say, so I'll be off.
No, wait, Annie. It's funny. I was just going to help out for a couple of days, what with you and Kathy being away. Well, the last thing I expected was to enjoy it. But what happens? I love it. Me, of all people. I really love it. So you can tell Jack he's no need to worry.
You tell him. I bet he's no idea you feel like this.
Oh, I say. That looks very delicious, darling. You sure you can't wangle me an invitation to dinner tonight?
You'll have to make do with a pint at the Woolpack, Alan.
Oh, all right. See you later.
Alan, what a pleasant surprise.
What are you doing here? I thought you were in Scarborough.
Safe out of sight and out of mind, eh, Alan?
No, of course not. I was delighted to see you, but how long are you here for?
Not long. I wanted to meet the Feldmans and the Tates, you know, get to know them. Sort out one or two other matters. Some leftover business.
Yes. Well, what are you doing tonight? Well, would you care to have dinner with me?
I thought you were meeting Dolly this evening.
Well, that was just a loose arrangement. I'm sure Dolly would understand, wouldn't you, Dolly?
Yes, Alan. I understand very clearly. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm having dinner here this evening. Some other time, perhaps, Alan.
I could see Bill was angry, but I didn't know why.
Well, you can't blame him, can you? I shouldn't have gone, I suppose. Ma seemed to think it was a good idea, but not so sure now. Still, I suppose we have to get used to a few things like that before it gets easier.
How do you mean?
Well, it's like everything's changing, isn't it? It's like the little things are becoming difficult. I mean, I can cope with the big things, like seeing Kate and the kids through all this.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's like me going out to the pub for a pint, and everyone stood there watching me. And if Bill Whiteley's there, they're all expecting something to happen.
They'll get over it, Joe. Sooner or later, something else will come along.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Look, if there's anything me or Chris can do...
Anything I can fetch you, Amos? You're quite comfortable.
Perhaps you could adjust my cushions, Miss Conley, thank you. And that table over there could do with a good wiping down. Should have been done before we opened up.
Oh, dear. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Before you go, were those two talking to Mr. Wilkes?
Just two customers.
Oh, they look like they're asking a lot of questions.
I could find out if you like.
How?
I could always ask.
Hey, don't do that. Don't say a word.
Yep, absolutely fine.
Good. Thanks very much.
Bye. Cheerio. What did the vet say?
Oh, she's in fine fettle. Just a routine checkup.
She's looking very good. Being pregnant was suitor.
It suits most women.
Not everyone. Jean had really uncomfortable pregnancies from the word go. She hated it. I thought we might go out for dinner tonight.
Oh, I completely forgotten. Caroline Bates is here. I've invited her to dinner.
Oh, well, never mind. Another time.
There wasn't a special reason, was there?
No, nothing special. Just you and me. That's special enough, wouldn't you say?
I really love you, Frank. There's only one thing that could make me happier.
Oh?
Having your child.
Oh, thank you very much, gentlemen. Hope you enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Follow them, Mr. Wilkes. Don't let them go.
Follow who? What are you going on about?
Them two, they were asking a lot of questions. They're inspectors, I know they are. We'll all be arrested before night's out.
Arrested inspectors?
Except from PRS, I know they are.
There were a couple of farm machinery salesmen on their way to Harrogate. They were just asking directions.
Oh, if you say so, Mr. Wilkes.
Ah, Dolly, my dear, there you are. Dolly, may I introduce a friend of mine, Charlie Aindow. He's a fellow councillor. Charlie, this is Dolly Skilbeck.
Pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Skilbeck.
Dolly, please.
Oh, my pleasure, Dolly. Now, what can I get you?
A gin and tonic, thanks.
Gin and tonic, please, and the same again for Alan and myself. Have we met before, Dolly?
No, I don't think so.
No. Well, I think I would have remembered someone so attractive. So, what are you doing in the Woolpack all by yourself?
Well, I'm meeting Alan for a drink.
And what will Mr. Skilbeck have to say about it?
Nothing, I'm divorced.
Dolly, I've booked a table at the Feathers for 8:30.
Don't tell me you're going to eat with Alan.
That was the plan.
What a pity. And I was just going to invite you to join me for dinner.
Well, it was only a loose arrangement, wasn't it, Alan?
Oh, Dolly, I do apologise. That was unforgivable.
Yes, it was.
Well, let me make it up to you. We'll have a bottle of their best champagne to go with our dinner.
Oh, thank you, Alan. That'd be lovely.
Well, I see I must concede tonight, Dolly, but another evening, perhaps?
Perhaps, Mr. Aindow?
Oh, Charlie, please.
But you knew I had a vasectomy when we got married. You said it was fine. You didn't want to have children.
Yes, I know. It's not very fair of me, is it? But I suppose things just change. And one of them is the knowledge that if I'm going to have a child, then I have to do it soon.
But you've got everything. I've given you everything. There's nothing more I can do for you.
Frank, don't be silly. I don't mean the house or the stables, any of these things. It's you and me. I watch you with Sam sometimes. You're so loving, so full of joy with him. Just throw yourself into playing with him. And Christopher, Zoe. Even when you're at loggerheads with Christopher, there's that something special between you two. I'm jealous of that. I want that something special too.
We've got something special. You and me.
Yes, I know. And that's why I want your baby. I want something, someone that will last between us. To mark us in a way. We could look at our child and know it's us that's in him. Us that made him special. I don't know if any of this makes sense. I can't explain it properly. All I know is I want it.
Mr. Wilkes! Mr. Wilkes!
Is that it again, Henry? You'll have to go over.
Oh, dear. I might have known that once he got back in the bar, he'd be back to his old awkward self. Excuse me.
Poor old Henry. I think he's worse off with Amos in here than when he was stuck in the back room.
Amos is never happier than when he's centre of attraction. And that throne you've got him. Probably thinks he's King of Beckingdale now.
As you would be the first to remind me, I do have a bar to run.
That man over there, who is he?
The faintest idea.
But look at his papers. He's doing a survey at pub. I'm sure he's from PRS. Now, you make sure his jukebox is turned off and don't let him in taproom.
I've applied for a PRS licence. I've sent off the fee. We should have a reply in a few days' time. If by any remote chance a PRS inspector does come into the Woolpack bar, my letter of application will ensure that you do not go to prison.
Amos go to prison? That sounds like a good idea, Henry. You might get a bit of peace and quiet then.
I can't start having children again. Even if I did do something about the vasectomy.
It's never too late to have children.
Perhaps you should have married somebody younger than me if you wanted to have babies. I'm too old for you.
You're not old, Frank. You haven't even started going grey yet.
No, I'm serious. Even if we were to have a baby today, I'd be 73 when it was 20. How can I cope with the traumas of an adolescent teenager when I'm an old age pensioner?
You'd manage. Never know, might help you keep young.
Might make me feel even older.
Look, I'm not asking you to make your mind up now. Just think about it, please.
All right, Kim. I'll think about it.
And you'll find out about reversing the vasectomy.
You don't give up when you've got your mind set on something, do you?
Well, who do you think I learnt that from?
All right. I'm not going to make any promises, mind, but I'll phone the clinic tomorrow.
Promise?
I promise.